Hello, my name is Meoni and welcome to another Skyrim mod showcase. We have something extra special for you today. This is a mod by Deadly Azuril and Pshycohamster, and it is called ThuuMic. As you know, Thooms are the words of power in the dragon language, and we'll be learning a lot of them in this mod. Before I tell you exactly what this mod does, I'm going to tell you how to install it. In the description below there is a link to the Nexus page, where you can find this download in the Downloads tab. You need to download the recent one. It's an exe file, so it's not like a normal mod where you put this into data or whatever. You download this exe, you run it, and it should install based on your selections on the menu. The only option you really need to tick is if you want push-to-talk functions, you have to click that. If you don't want the push-to-talk functions, you don't have to. I didn't, so my mic is always open. We'll come on to that in a few minutes of why that might be important to you. The other option is, I think it's called Dragon Text or something. If you click on that one, essentially all of the shouts will have their native dragon language instead of saying force balance push, for example, for Fusrodar, and it will simply say Fusrodar. This is useful as you can learn the dragon language much easier. And believe me, you're going to need to learn the dragon language to use this, which shouldn't be too difficult. Essentially, you have three options at the bottom, apart from the one at the top, which turns the mic function on and off on the application once you've run it. These are safe shouts. Now you have off, safe and on. Now the on button makes it so that you basically can't use any shouts that would enter you into combat unless you are actively in combat already. So you can't shout and enter combat accidentally. The safe mode makes it so that if you're in a stealth position, you cannot use things that would otherwise break your cover or openly enter combat. You have to enter combat yourself. So you can't be a ninja assassin and accidentally Fusrodar someone off a cliff.
Oh god. Run away!
Which is always helpful. Or you can use the function that I use, which is the off button. Now this makes it so you can use your shouts anywhere for any specific activity you require, as if you were just pressing the Z button, openly. You can use it anywhere. Essentially what you've done, if you followed those instructions correctly, have made it so that you no longer have to press Z ever again. Once you load Skyrim, after you have ThuuMic open and on the on button, Skyrim will load the mod and you're pretty much ready to go. Now, say for instance I said Fusrodar, it would literally Fusrodar. This is amazing and increases the immersion values phenomenally. Deadly Azuril and Pshycohamster have created a real gem here, and I hope they get a lot of recognition for this. I know there's a few competitions kicking around for modifications of some of the best, and this is possibly one of the lead contenders for innovation. I'm not sure entirely how the algorithm works out exactly what you're saying, but it works beautifully. There are a few downsides to this I can see. If you have a thick accent, it might not pick you up as well as if you had a very clear English or American accent, but it should do it if you say it slowly. A few good points are you can actually say these words quite normally and they still come out, or you can put in the effort and say Fusrodar, like you properly would. They're called shouts for a reason, and it adds a lot of gameplay changing elements to this game. Instead of putting all the time of trying to figure out what these shouts are and bind them to favorites, and if your favorites menu is anything like mine, you have weapons, spells and shouts on it, you can take shouts off it completely. You no longer need them. If I say for instance use a fuss, ufus rather, then it will do that shout. If I wanted to use is afterwards, which is the ice form, the first stage of the ice form, I don't have to change a menu to change that. I don't have to press a favorite to change that. It will automatically change it. There is a downside obviously to this program already, which is a small delay between when you say it and when it comes out. But then again, if it's anything over a second, you've probably not said it correctly anyway. Which is why I told you to tick the box on the text function, which basically makes it so that if you do go into your shouts, you can learn them that way. If you don't mind spoilers, there is a Skyrim logo shaped button at the bottom of the main ThuuMic mic program, which if you click brings up this menu, which you can see, which lists all of the dragon shouts in the dragon tongue, and that's pretty much your bread and butter for learning them. But of course you might not have all these, so it's probably better to use the spellbook and the shout menu to learn them. So yeah, the rest of this video will probably be me just shouting around, and I'll give you a few demonstrations.
Wold. Last night year. Tilt claw. You can also press home at any time once you have nothing off cooldown to spawn your horse and call it to you. And I believe you can say horse and it will come to you if it's spawned in your location. Is. Oh, Davin! Oh yeah. Hun Kalzur. Strunba.
If you like this mod, don't forget to rate, subscribe to me. I don't own the mods, I'm just publicising them because I think it's something that really is a game changer and deserves a lot of attention from a lot of people who actually don't know this exists, which is a real shame. There's a lot of good texture mods out there, but this is amazing for what it does. It really is somewhere that a lot of modders probably haven't looked into. And yeah, I just hope that somewhere in the future they do the same sort of thing for spells. So if I say telekinesis, it would actually bring up telekinesis. But until that day, I'll keep dreaming, and I'm loving this mod. I've been Meoni, you've watched another Skyrim mod showcase, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.